baby.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to be on here.
To have you on. I am so excited to be back in season 4. I am just so looking forward to this fabulous season coming up. Everything that you've got a lot going on. You've got a lot, and I'm glad to have you as my first guest during season 4. So thank you for coming on and being with me.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Look, I want y'all to give Fat some snaps, some stars, some love, some hearts, some smiles, emojis. Do all of that. Mr. Phatz Williams in the house, y'all. Mr. Phatz Williams in the house. Thank you, Fats, for being here with me. I am just so elated because you are such a humble man.
Thank you.
You are such a humble man, and you are such good, solid people. And I'm just in awe of you. Every time I see your stuff, every time I see you out there doing your thing, I'm just so in awe of what you're doing, and you inspire so many. You inspire me. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about it, baby. Okay. So tell me, Fats, tell me point blankly, how did you begin all of this and on your adventure?
Excuse me. I've been designing about 8 to 9 years now. I
Mhm.
had thought about doing it when I was younger, but I had left it alone. Just like everybody else, just go out and get a job, regular 9 to 5. But I had got real sick back in like 2013, 2014 with kidney failure.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I'm gonna just live my life how I want to live. And I just was like, something I've been wanting to do was design. So I started off in Richmond, Virginia. I did
Mhm.
my first various show there. I did my first show there like April the 2nd of 2016.
Mhm.
And then by April the 18th, I had moved to Georgia to pursue it. I knew it
Mhm.
wasn't going nowhere in Richmond, so just moved
Mhm.
to Georgia, and everything's been up from there. I ran across my shady people, but I ran across so many great people that helped me, mentors, advisors, teachers that helped me to get to where I need to be, and I appreciate everyone because I wouldn't be here without them.
I know that's right. I understand that. I remember when I first met you, and it was about 2016 as well. You
It's
know,
been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I remember when I first walked for you. I thought it was fabulous. We had a great time. We had a good rapport, and it felt really good being in your wardrobe, and you doing your thing and me being able to present for you. So I appreciate you giving me that opportunity because I was just getting back in the game myself at that time here
Oh,
in Atlanta, and I lived in Richmond, Virginia as well.
oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes, I did. Sure did. The first 4 years of my marriage, I lived in Richmond in 87 through 90.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I sure did because we came here in Atlanta in 94.
okay.
Yeah, so yeah, small world. I didn't know you started out in Richmond. Did not know that. You have a lot that you do. I don't have to read from my notes because you do a lot. Okay. You have written 2 books, I Am Fats and Life of Fats. You are an entrepreneur. You are a multi-award winner in all categories. You're a designer, you're a stylist. You have the Fats Foundation. You are ATL's hottest designer, I think 3 years running, if I'm not mistaken. You have 2 degrees. You have your bachelor's and your master's in merchandising and marketing. And um, you've published in multiple magazines. You've been honorees and award winners. And I can look, I have a whole page, the whole page, Fats, okay, of things that you have accomplished in your few years that you've been doing it out here. Tell me how you have been so successful. How have you been so successful?
God, God said God mainly. That's
Amen.
first and foremost. Because without Him, I wouldn't be here. Wouldn't be doing like I am. And I think it's because I treat everyone's with the same respect. I'm not trying to get over on someone. Just want to go out here, do what I can do, and make a name for myself, leave a legacy for my son. Just I just want to make a path. Like I want to see myself, like not saying to be. I don't want to say it like it's kind of be like above. I want to be like how Gucci, Louis, Viril Wayne, Ralph Lauren, all them. I want to leave. Just leave a legacy, get somewhere, make other people say, just should be a good role model for other
Hmm.
people that's coming up to see what I'm doing, see I'm scrambling, see that I'm working hard for what I want. Because I work hard. Like I get up in the mornings at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, do my good morning posts, and I might take a nap again. And I be up, I'm working. Sometimes I just go straight through. I get up and then set my good morning post and I'm doing work. I be in the groups talking to all the models or trying to figure out the next moves to see what's going to be beneficial for me and the model. Because I look at like, long as me and the model make it, we doing good. If I'm doing good, I want to make sure the model doing good, because without the model, I wouldn't be where I'm at, because y'all wear the clothes that we wear. Y'all bring our clothes to life. You bring everything that we do to life. So I look at that y'all are a big part of what I do. So I gotta, whatever I do, I make sure I include the models with that.
Baby. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for feeling that way about us, because we feel the same way about you and about bringing your designs to life. I mean, it's one thing, for somebody to just, a designer just to throw garments on us, but it's another thing to feel good in that garment and bring it to life for the designer, you
Thank
know? And so, I mean, thank you for treating us with such respect and so much love and care. Every time that we walk for you, you just recently shot a commercial. I wish I had been a part of that, but I didn't get the opportunity. But I saw it looked fabulous, Fats. What was that all about?
I have like 2 commercials out already, and I'm
Hmm.
to make sure I stay relevant. Like the last few months, I've been kind of sickly, so I just wanted to, you have to stay relevant and do what you have to do. So I would like push up. I have my boutique, so I push my boutique to the front line instead of doing the couture or making clothes. Just so I can have a commercial, keep my name out there, keep it.
Hmm.
And I had got some models to do the commercial. And you could be in the next one. I got one coming up again soon. We're already working on it. I'm trying to get another, get a date set and get time set, because we're trying to just push the clothes, push the models. No, no, we here. We not going nowhere.
I know that's right. Well, you've also done several, I mean, you've done several magazines. I mean, Iconic is one of my favorites, and your Iconic shoot with the swimsuit, with your swimwear was excellent. I loved it. I
Thank
loved it. Now, did you make a lot of that or did you style a lot of that?
I made a few and styled a few.
Mm-hmm.
That was for the launch of my Wet Dreams resort and swim collection.
All sexy now.
it,
Sexy.
it tore it up. Everybody was going crazy over it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love the piece that I modeled for you on the rooftop. I love that style, that look you pull for me. And I think it worked very well. And I was very, very happy with that, and I felt really good in my skin. I felt very confident, even at 60 years old, I felt wonderful. So thank you for that.
You welcome. Because most of everything I have, I make sure that whatever I put the model in, I make sure that it's gonna complement them. I don't want to just put you in something. I want to make sure it's gonna complement you and
Hmm.
compliment the person and compliment your personality when you walk, because you
Right.
could just throw somebody in something, or you could be like, well, this is gonna look good on you, and then go and go. But you want to make sure, to me, because I listen to what the model said. I know a lot of models, how they feel about some of this stuff. And they're like, a lot of designers be like, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but they'd be like, just going to wear it. It don't matter. But, I
Hmm.
want to make sure that everybody's comfortable, because you can walk out there, and regardless of how much confidence you have, if you're not comfortable in the clothes you have, it's going to come across when you walk across the
Absolutely.
runway. So I want to make sure you're comfortable. And then if you're comfortable and you're already confident, that's going to even bring the clothes more to life.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. What inspires you, Fats, when it comes to design? What inspires you?
Everything really inspired me. When I be outside just looking, when I see the adults walking around, you see the kids walking around, and you see the styles they wear. You be like, oh, I don't really like that. You be thinking about, I could do, I could do this or I could do that. Switch it up a little bit because I like what the guys wearing the saggy pants. I hate that. I hate that look.
Mm-hmm.
That's so nasty. And
Mm-hmm.
I just look at like what they have on, and be like, okay, well, if you had this up on your butt like it's supposed to be, it'd be nice to have like a pair of nice jeans on, a nice sweater. You want to just kind of mix and match. You don't want to just make it look plain like everybody else. You want to do something that's gonna have your own niche, have something that's gonna look different than what somebody else have on. Because everybody walking around here with the same shirts. Everybody walking around they with I hate to say it, like they walk around with the imitation Fendi, imitation Gucci. You could tell it, and then they just have the same stuff on, and it's like you get tired of seeing that. You want them
Mm-hmm.
to have something that's unique, that's different on, or at least have something that's gonna look good. Because I like to see a nice man groomed, pants hang, the pants on, and a nice shirt. I like to see a nice woman groomed also, with something that's gonna be fitting her curves, show her body, accentuate her body,
Mm-hmm.
not just something that's gonna be hanging down or something that's too tight. You want something that's gonna accentuate you, show your
Mm-hmm.
curves, but also be tasteful on you. Not stuff
Absolutely.
that's gonna be up on you. Then when you walk, it's all up in your butt and
Oh
everything.
no.
Just like it's skin tight, like it's part of your skin. I don't like none of
I'm so glad you don't like that.
that.
I'm so glad you don't. A man with taste and class. Thank you. Because some of them things be ooh wee moments, okay? Be ooh wee
Mm,
and hallelujahs.
we go home. Go home.
He's like, go on somewhere now. And some of them men folk be like, no, brother, no, no, to the no, no, you
Not
know,
at all.
not at all. And I see that you always looking fashion forward. And I appreciate that. You don't look to follow trends. What makes you different and not following a trend, Fats?
Because I feel like that I want to make my own trends. I want to have my own style, my own be individual. Like with the models, I want them to be individuals when you go out. You don't have to follow the next person. You just do your own thing and you follow and have them follow you.
Mm-hmm.
You put the trend out there, have them to follow you and do the trend what you do.
Right.
Instead of trying to just be like everybody else. Because you go to the store, you'll see like a Vera Wayne dress, and then you go down a little bit further, you'll see Donna Karen got the same thing Vera Wayne got. You go down a little bit further, you're gonna see Gucci got the same thing, just their name on it. You go a little
Mm-hmm.
bit further, you're gonna see like Vivienne Westwood. She gonna have something similar. Same thing, different style, almost the
Mm-hmm.
same thing, just a slight difference. And you don't want that. You want something that's your own. Everybody got the same style, just a different name and a high price tag.
Well, that's not the way we roll. We like being unique. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we like Fats label. You always put us in something unique and different. And I love the fact that you allow us to style ourselves, as your models. You tell us what you may not even tell us. You just bring us stuff and put it on us and say, okay, whatever you got, make it work. And I appreciate that because it gives us a way to make it our own and to do our best for you.
I like that because one thing I did learn a lot of times, like like my vision might be a little different from your vision, but your vision is gonna be like as a model, you already know what you want and how how it's gonna feel. You've been doing this like before I started, so I listen to you. Like to get just your input and everything, because somebody told me they were like, "Oh, you don't supposed to be asking them what they like, or you don't supposed to let them do. You just tell them what they supposed to do, and they supposed to do it." I like to get their input because they might see something that I don't see. And that's one thing I have noticed, like when y'all tell me something, then it's been right, it's been on point. And that's why I go back. I've been on point. Y'all haven't steered me wrong since I've been dealing with none of the models. They haven't steered me wrong. So that's why I take their whatever they tell me, I take and go with it. Like anybody, like if somebody critiques something I do, I listen and then I tweak it and then do it the way so from another designer or even
Mhm.
if a model tell me then because you're supposed to accept critical cons- constrict. What is it? I apologize.
That's okay.
constructive criticism.
Criticism.
And then, make it work for you. A lot of people, you tell somebody something, they be like, oh, they get the attitude, and I don't want, I don't want to do it. It's my way or the highway and everything. I don't feel that kind of way, because everybody can learn. We can
Mm-hmm.
learn from each other. If you feel like you can't learn from nobody, nobody's that. Only God is that. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just act like, oh, well, I'm this, I'm that. I don't got time. You don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing and everything. You can learn from anybody.
Absolutely. Who do you get your inspiration from as far as designers?
I would say I used to get it from, like, when I see the runway shows, like stuff I see like some by Vera Wang on there, or
Mm-hmm.
if I saw something like Vivian Westwood on the runway,
Mm-hmm.
or like how Versace used to be. But now I get it from other designers that I'm around, because I see their styles and I like it. Like Vivian,
Love,
that's my mentor. I love her to death. She taught me how to sew. I love to see her work.
love.
Miss Vanessa Van Miller, I love to see her work.
Yes,
Like even C Denham, I like to see his work, because his
yes,
style and just his eclectic style, I love it. It's
yes.
just like when you see other people, just like
Mm-hmm.
Lawanda, I
Yes.
love to see her work. It's so beautiful. And then how where everything she do is so beautiful. You just learn a lot from other people. That's like my peers. I learn from them. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I learn, okay, I like that. Okay, I like that. Like I saw something that Vivian did when we did Atlanta Fashion Week with Good Life. I
Mm-hmm.
saw a piece that she had Dab in, and I loved it. I was like, oh, I would love to take that piece and move it around this way or move it around that way as a showstopper for a piece, because it was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just, you just get ideas from your peers, because the celebrities, they have their own style, but they have their own style from the next person.
Right.
And then you
Exactly.
got your peers that's in your community. They have their own styles, their own individualism. So you learn from that. And then it just help you where you might be stumped at. It help you to learn and it help you to grow.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that quite often, I mean, I love being unique. I love being different than everybody else. I love being on the fringe, and I love being able to rock hair and then no hair. I'll throw a wig off in a minute. I love being bald and love having that versatility. And I love being able to bring that to your pieces, which, you allow me to be who I am in your garment. And like you say, it helps bring your things alive, which I'm able to show the best I can possibly show for you when I'm walking for you and able to be that individual, you know.
Yeah.
That's me in a faux hawk. That was rooftop, as a
Yeah, it
matter of
was
fact. That
rooftop.
was Sunny's boutique. Yeah, it was. Yep, that's me and some hair, and but I love the fact that when I walked for you in the swimsuit with the hat on, that was a whole different vibe of me, and I was able to bring that outfit to life for you. And there you go. That's a Phatz look right there, and that worked for me very well. I felt very confident, even though I'm sagging and lagging and booming and dropping.
You did excellent. You did excellent.
Thank you, Phatz. Thank you so much. Thank you. But I just really appreciate you. You just don't know. We talk about you a great deal and how much we love you and support what you're doing and in your dreams and walking in your path. We as models talk about you quite often and always fondly. There's never a negative word said about you. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. You have something major coming up real soon in the next couple of weeks. And it's the second annual Phatz Give Back Honors Award show that I am happily a part of. Thank you.
You welcome.
What makes you want to give back like this?
Because I feel that a lot of people are overlooked, like that do good in the community. I learned that from growing up. Like so far, I've been lucky that the path I've been on. I've been lucky. I kind of been on like the little. I've been on the line of just on the line like my life. So it's just like I get to see both sides of everything. I look at the sides of the people that get noticed and the side that people don't get noticed. You get to see the side of the popular. You get to see part of the unpopular. So I just want to bring that to the forefront. To bring people that needs to be noticed out, because you got a lot of people that do a lot in the community and they do a lot of work and they don't get noticed. It's like they're the underdog, and I want I want the underdog to win.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying that kind of way, but you got the underdog, because like even when I came out in Richmond, they looked at me like I was an underdog because I was a guy and I
Mm-hmm.
had just really started doing the designing. I'd be at shows and they wouldn't even notice me. Like I did at one show, I said the whole show, and then one guy came back there. He was like, you don't supposed to be back here." I was like, "Why not?" He was like, "This is only for designers." That's my line. That's my line that's walking right now. Oh, you Fats. I never knew who Fest was. I'm like, I did like 3 or 4 shows, and y'all talking about y'all never knew who I was. So that's why I say, people be overlooked. You can climb up and yell and scream. Oh, I love it. I love your line and everything, but then you don't know who the person is. How you love the line, you don't know who I am.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's defeating the purpose of. I said I like to make sure that someone is noticed for what they do and seen for what they do. Like with the lupus fighters, like our cause this year is lupus, and then we have you as a lupus fighter. That's a recipient. We have Terry Stevens from my sister, that's a lupus fighter. We have Lakeisha Williams, that's my cousin. She's a lupus fighter as the recipients, so that we can bring that to the forefront of just about the disease, talk about the disease, so people can learn about it and understand more about it. And
Mm-hmm.
along with our other recipients, like we have in the community, we have Lenitra Sincere as a recipient for the community activists, because they go out and feed the homeless. They give clothes to the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
We have J. Rob, he's a playwright. He do a lot of different work in the community down in North Carolina, and he worked with a lot of the kids. Like he was gonna bring me down there for to talk to the kids about the different aspects when they grow up or when they get out of school. We have like the TV and actors. They go do their thing. Like we have Katrina Robinson from Richmond, Virginia. She's coming down to accept her award for model and actor excellence, because she's a model and she's an actress. But by her being in a small city, Richmond not
Mm-hmm.
as small, but to Atlanta, Richmond is small. People don't really notice her. So
Right.
she won't get she'll do her thing and be excellent in a show, a TV show, or in a movie, but you're not really gonna notice her because she's not in a big city or she
Mm-hmm.
didn't play a big part. So I want to make sure that the underdog or the person on the low part still get noticed like the person on the big part,
Right. Right.
because they deserve their accolade and their flowers also. Don't just give me a check and act like I don't exist. Like give me a check me and send me on my way. Show me the same thing, like you giving the same respect like you get to like Taraji, like you give
Mm-hmm.
Viola,
Mm-hmm.
give them their flowers and everything. Show them, everybody deserve to be the same thing. You might
Yeah.
have a role, but we still in the same movie. We're in the same movie
Mm-hmm.
at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it is wonderful of you to be able to recognize. There we are at the award show last year. That was ATL's hottest.
I guess so was.
Yes, it was. That's when I got ATL's hottest mature model.
Yes, you did. You
Yes, I
deserved it.
thank you, thank you. Hopefully, I'll get it this year. I'm trying. I'm
You
trying real
will.
hard. Maybe have a two-peat. So, what shows do you have planned on the horizon?
Right now, outside of the gala, I have Janice Crum Marty. I have her show in October for No Hills to Heal. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
a designer in that show. And then on October the 22nd, I'll be in North Carolina again for Diamond Nights couture designer. I'm a couture designer. I'm in competition in there. She have like 5 couture designers. We're going against each other to see who can make the best piece
Mhm.
for the showstopper and for the overall collection.
All right.
And then I'm thinking about honest. I'm thinking about like probably maybe at maybe the first of the year. I think I might have a little Fets gala, not like how the honors gala is. I think like
Mhm.
a Met gala type. just for
Oh,
everybody to just come in. I've been thinking about that seriously because I was saying that would be nice to do something odd and something different. And then don't do, we're not doing around this when the celebrities, we just doing it for just having like a little fun. Come in there, dressing your weirdest costume or
mm-hmm,
weirdest outfit, and just have fun. Just
mm-hmm.
enjoy it. Something that's it's not all about, oh, I'm this, I'm that,
Right. That sounds wonderful. I think that would be a good time. And we all like to have a good time.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I'm sorry I missed Miss Terry's birthday party. I wish I was there, but I was busy.
I understand. Yeah, I stayed for a little bit. I had like two parties back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Third birthday and then my cousin's birthday. So I had to go to one and run to the next one. So,
But you always running fast. You are always running. As a stylist, okay, as a stylist, where do you see fashion going? We're already in the 2025 season, 26. You might as well say 26. Where do you see fashion going right now?
right now, it's going back to like I'm just going back to like the sixties and seventies. It seemed like it, but fashion repeats itself anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot more butterfly. The butterfly collars. I've been seeing a lot more the like the wide leg pants. Like when I was looking at the wholesaler at some of the stuff for the boutique, and I was just like, wow, they had like the big leg pants. I'm like, they like they bring the sixties and seventies back.
Yeah, yeah. They
And then
they
it's just
back a couple of years now, and I really love it. I mean, it's very comfortable, But I love seeing a woman in a wide leg pant, and she's leggy, and she's got on a wide leg pant and a nice fitted jacket or a vest and jacket, with a fedora on. I love it. A power suit, that's my thing. That's a '70s look, and I love it.
I understand it's not bad, but then you just gotta kind of when you do it, make sure that you have it right. Some people get this stuff and then they don't get the pants how it's supposed to be, and the pants is dragging.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sit like with the pants dragging as they walk. You want to have it to see a little bit like the shoe or something. You don't see
Mm-hmm.
nothing. All you see is a pants leg dragging down the walkway,
No,
and then
no, no.
that make it look so like I want to say it look nasty because it's like that when you drag too much and it start the cement on the ground pull up at the bottom of the pants, so then it's pulling apart or looking raggedy at the bottom of the pants.
Yeah, or
You want to
dirty.
wear something that's going to be clean cut. You don't want to wear something that's going to be like, oh, my pants it's just ripped or it's dangling or got the dangles because it's dragging the ground and everything. That's
Mm-hmm.
like the men wearing the saggy pants. They drag the ground because the pants all on the ground. So the bottom of the drag, you pull them up, you got holes in the pants from stepping on them or walking on them or dragging on the cement.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to be clean cut or some. You got the I see like the damaged jeans or the distressed jeans
Mm-hmm.
that's up in the leg or the knee or something like that, but not the ankle part. The whole bottom of your leg pulling off like you homeless or something, got something ripped and you ripped and everything around the bottom of it.
Tell it fast. Let's talk about it. But you're so right. It doesn't look polished. And I think that's what you're alluding to is things looking polished and finished,
Hmm.
when things are raggedy at the hem. I can't stand it. You got threads hanging or your pants are ripped or you got holes in them that ain't supposed to be there. It's not attractive. It just
Not
is
at
not.
all.
It's not attractive. Or like you said earlier, things being entirely too tight, and I mean, I understand, sisters are full figured or even skinny sisters got lumps, bumps and rolls and shrivels and jiggles and what have you. I get it. But when things are cutting you in half, that's not cute.
Not at all.
It's not cute. I mean, when it's to the point where you're not, I understand being self-respectful, to the point where, you can put on a proper undergarments and everything flows just fine, you know, and
True.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Put some if your legs are messed up, you put some pantyhose on. Pantyhose are back in style now. It's
Hmm.
no big deal, Fishnets and all kinds of speckled pantyhose and everything else under the sun are in style now. If you got lumps and bumps, then put on undergarments to take that away to make your garments hang properly. I
Mm.
think that's one disservice that we as models do. We do not always have on the proper undergarments for our designers, and I think that's something that we have to get better about doing. Personally, Fats, I got all kinds of stuff with me, so
Oh, I know.
I come in mine. So, but that I can't say that for all my sisters and brothers. Even brothers, have they got stretch stuff from men folk too. To tighten them up and pull them in a little bit.
Hmm.
They sure do, and to make things hang properly and look appropriate. And I'm not saying that about all our sisters and that all our brothers that need it. But if it's needed, be respectful of your designer. And if you're going to wear their garments, wear them properly. Wear the proper undergarments so that things are in place and hanging the way the designer wants them to hang. That's all I'm saying.
And so it don't look bad on you. Because you got so many people that talk. That's why I really like you want the person to go out to be their best, because you don't want people to talk, because you got people that walk around and be like, did you see that person? And then, do you see that person? And then they pointing at you, they talking. And you don't want that for a person and for anybody.
No.
But you got a lot of people don't, some people don't know how they look and stuff. So it's good to be honest with each other, like pull up a little bit or do this, when you grant, or when like how y'all be looking at each other, y'all be helping each other out when we're getting ready to go on, like when we lining up and everything. But you got some people that don't do it at all. They don't care how their brother or sister look. They'll just be like, I don't care, it's not me, and then go on and straighten that stuff up and go on and go. But it's like you supposed to look out for each other, because that's the only way everybody's gonna make it. That's why, to me, I feel like everybody's gonna make it if they help each other, because
Hmm.
it's enough out there for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna make it. I don't care about the next person. You're supposed to help each other out. Help each other, pull up each other.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Now, pulling up for each other. Let me ask you this. When there's you and your girl Terry, there's your sister. That's a nice shot.
We did that at Weldon Bond Studio like a few years ago. I remember that picture. We had a whole lot of fun.
That's a nice picture. Now, when you wrote your books, Fat, what made you write your book?
My first book was it was just it was a book to tell about my health issues and to help the next person, because when I got sick with I had like the kidney failure. I was trying to think the right words to put it in, so just I don't want to say it the wrong way. When I had kidney failure, then it kind of took me by storm. Like when I took it, because it's like I got it and I didn't know what was going on, and then once I did find out, I learned from it. But I went through a depression state where I didn't want to do anything. I was just so just depressed. I was on dialysis for like about 12 weeks, and they took me off dialysis. I didn't need it no more. I was maintaining. I go to doc. Even right now, I go to the doctor every 4 months, and they just keep a check of my kidney to make sure how it's working and everything. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you?
Okay, I'm sorry, baby. The phone rang. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. Now, what were you saying? That you wrote the book because of kidney failure and you wanted to.
Want to let the next person know that regardless of kidney failure, cancer, anything, that don't let it get to you or get you to where you just going through the depression stage or just giving up because you thinking the worst. Because I thought the worst at first, and say so you can live a long life, and especially with just doing what their doctors tell you. When I was on the outs, they would tell me that, and then when I came off, it
Mhm.
kind of even was a little bit better. They said because you were off, so you still got even more more opportunities. So just was mainly to tell what I went through, the depression I went through, and to
Mhm.
tell how I came out and I used to my advantage and started the clothing line.
Well, okay. So out of that, and your book is powerful. I want you to know that. And that's a wonderful thing that you were able to generate that out of where you were, you know, and
Mm-mm.
you're able to tell your story in order to enlighten others, that to let us know that, you know, we can come out of it and make something more and better and be better, you know. And I think that was part of the message in your book that I got from it when I read it. um you started designing after that, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Did that, with having kidney disease and dealing with that, did that make you say, okay, I could lose my life, let me do what I want to do,
yes,
be happy? Is that what happened?
yes. Because I
Okay.
wanted to go and live my life to the fullest instead of, most people, they have a dream they want to do, and it's just like you've raised to just go to work, work a job,
Mm-hmm.
do what you gotta do, retire and go on and go. But a lot of people don't want to live their dreams because they so scared how can I survive? Can I make it off of this? Can I make it off of that? Or how the things are so now that everything's so cutthroat, and then
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta have your own, like, so you gotta have your own niche. You come in with your own niche and know what you want to do, and you put your mind to it. Like when I moved to Georgia, a lot of people, they were like, "Well, I ain't think you were gonna make it down there." Because I thought you were gonna get caught up with people down there, caught up with the party life. No, I didn't own party in Richmond, so I wasn't gonna party down here. I can't
Mm-hmm.
even know what I want to do, and that's why I focus on my mind been on business since I've been down here. Then see what can I do, what's my next move, thinking about my move before I move.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have stuff in my head already. Like I'm making, like, even when I did my spirits line, when I was making one drink, I'm already thinking about what the next drink is,
Right,
because
exactly.
that way I got something. You always keep them going. Just like I feel like you have to always think ahead, because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't think ahead, you're gonna get stuck or something happen. Like when I got sick, when so when May I got sick, I think like the end of May I got kind of, that's when I started getting sick. Like I had left Georgia for a minute and went back to Virginia, to go home and just get myself together.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed like about a little over a week. Stayed with my mom, talked, and just everything. I came back down here already with a game plan. I had to think my strategy, what I need to do. I couldn't really concentrate down here because I was already sickly, couldn't do that much. So my mind was so busy on that. So I had to go home. You had to go home sometimes
Mm-hmm.
and get
Mm-hmm.
stuff together. I went home, talked to my mom, got everything situated, got my game plan. So that's when I came back down here and started pushing the boutique, because with everything going on with me not being able to hardly walk. And then right behind that, my site was going too. So I couldn't sew. So I had to push it, until I figured out what was going on in my vision. I had to push the boutique part of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I've been on pushing the boutique. And now I had the surgery in July, and my eyesight is coming back. Like it's 85% back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like I've been, I'm getting ready to start making the clothes, especially October the 22nd. That show will be my first time showcasing again for some of the stuff that I made.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking to Tammy, and I
Mm-hmm.
was telling her, I said, even if I can't sew that good, I could still sew by hand. And
Mm-hmm.
that's easy because I started out sewing by hand. Because the
Okay.
very first dress I made, Cheryl Underwood liked it and she tweeted it and tweeted it on her page.
Wow.
when I did a photo shoot. So, and that was sewn by hand.
Okay.
I knew how to sew. I sewed by hand for like a year before I learned how to sew on a sewing machine. So Vivian
Hmm.
had brought me in her class and taught me. Vivian taught me, and Bobby Cole, Design by Ash, she taught me too. She taught me on the Merle machine, and Vivian taught me on the sewing machine.
All right now. Look at you with
And
the
then after that,
mentors.
I went to school, and then I learned a little bit in school on the sewing machine, on the industrial sewing machines. Then, so it was just like I was picking up on different machines, how they work them, and do
Mhm.
everything.
Oh, well, that's fabulous. Now, this book took you through that and inspired you to go into your designing and styling and all of that wonderfulness. The second book, Life of Fads, what is that about? What did that encompass for you?
That's mainly the Life of Fest. Well, the Life of Fest was the first book. That was be like with the coming out. But the second book is I Am Fetch,
Okay.
and then I call it I Am Fest, the evolution. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people tell me I'm so private because I say to myself because I feel like if you say to yourself, you'll do more because you don't have everybody. You're not saying a bad way, you don't have everybody in your business.
Right,
So
right.
I always say to myself, I go, I go to events. Like you said, I leave, I go to event. When the event over, I'm already gone.
Gone.
It don't matter if it's an event, a party, whatever. When I finish doing what I'm supposed to do, I go. When I'm home, I'm home. The only time I really answer my phone is for the models, or either
Hmm.
if another designer calls somebody inbox, I get inbox all the time. Be like, "Will you be in the show? Can you be in the show? Can you do the show?" I'd be like, "No, I pick and choose my shows because
Hmm.
I look at like a lot of shows. I look at like I want can my models in it." And
Hmm.
I like working with new models. Don't get me wrong, but I like working with my regular models that I know because I already know. Because I did one show and I worked with some new models, and it was just like wow, just the way they did. Because the girl was telling me, I was like, well, I want this person to go last. Now I want to go last. I'm like, well,
Oh
said
no.
she gotta go last. Now I want to go last. I want to do what I want to do right here because I want to dance when I get out there and do this. No, no, no. You got. Can you do what I asked you to do? I mean. And I'm looking at her like, I didn't want to be nasty, but I'm looking like, well, you can take the clothes off for real. I
Oh
wanted to say
wow.
that, but I didn't want to be nasty. So
Hmm.
I was like, please just go. You can go next to last. I said, but I got my showstopper going last. And it's just like, even with them going last, she was trying to still stay out there and do her thing out there. And I was like, that just taught me,
Oh.
okay, well, next time I have a show, I know not to pick you.
Hmm.
Because
Exactly.
you trying not to be nasty and you trying to give people stuff, but you trying to showcase your clothes how you needed to be showcased.
Well,
Like I had
far
made a special piece. That's why I wanted to be last.
far too many times, I think sometimes models get beside themselves. And, I mean, they just do. And it's not about them, it's about the designer's garment. You're a hanger. And that's what you need to go out there and do and represent your designer in the best breath that you possibly can. And that does not mean dropping it like it's hot or dancing around on stage in that designer's garment. Not unless that's what the designer is called for, or the show, because you can't do everything at every show. It just don't work that way, you
Yeah.
know. But I think that was very disrespectful for that individual to talk to you like that and to come off at you like that. I would have had a big problem with that. I'm glad I wasn't there. I am glad I wasn't there for that one. Um, Somebody's popping up on the screen.
Was it Joyce?
Oh, that's Joyce. Yeah, models do need to remain humble, Miss Joyce. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, um,
Hey, Joyce.
what suggestions do you have for other up and coming designers, Fats?
They mainly understand what you're doing. Pay attention to your craft. Learn as much as you can. Don't just jump out there and don't know everything. Like when I came out, I can say that honestly, I didn't know everything. I was coming in as a new designer. And I know a lot of people like, well, who is he? I was told that when I first got there that somebody I know that I get. They were like, who is he? Do we know? A lot of people don't want to work because they didn't know who I was. So I did,
Hmm.
I just kind of bring myself to the forefront and show what I can do, show my designs, and thanks to Linda Scott Houston, out in Houston,
Hmm.
Texas. She used to have a event called 1426. She had like Miami Swim Week. I went and did her show, and that kind of boosted me in my career, all the everything, because that was the biggest show I almost really did. It was like a huge show down in Miami for
Oh,
Fashion
wow.
Week, for Swim Fashion Week. And it was just, I was so nervous when I got down there because wasn't used to dealing with the models. That's why I met Nicole Burton, Kelly Lear, and oh my God, what is I cannot think of the guy name. He's real nice. He just moved up to Connecticut, but they all taught me so much. Like, I used to be paranoid about, when I dress the models, I let them dress themselves. But I know Nicole, like, you got to go on. She had the top on. She was like, well, put some duct tape, the tape to keep it on. And I didn't want to do it. I was like, you do it on. She said, go on. She said, I'm a model. We used to that. And then with
Mm-hmm.
some meeting, I was like, I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch no bad. I'm not trying to, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I had to learn that that's part of the craft. You have
Right.
to learn as you go. You don't want to, you can't go in there being bashful. And a lot of time when the girls used to get dressed, I'd be like, why does I have my head? I
You got
never
to
know
look
my
at your
face. As soon as
designs,
they
Pat.
start
You got to
getting
look at it.
I had my head turned, and they were like, "You gotta watch." They said we everybody got the same thing. So we all getting dressed. We getting dressed your garments, so that way we can make sure we got it right and everything. So nobody
Exactly.
not paying attention. So we know you're not staring at us like Googling us, staring at us like in a
No.
perverted way, Because I've been at shows where I was at one show. It was down here, and then I was backstage with the girls while they were getting dressed, and the girl was just sitting there, and somebody came. They said, why you not getting dressed? Because he's back here. Why is he back here?" And then they said he's a designer. No, he's not. And then all the mom said he's a designer. That's fast. He's a designer. And then she's like, "Well, I don't know. I don't think he. I don't. Just like the little thing like that." And I like, well, I'll leave. I mean, so all my people had that stuff. I said, I don't mind leaving. I just got used to everybody saying, 'cause I was like,
Hmm.
cause I want them to feel
She
comfortable. I don't want
obviously
nobody
wasn't
to ever feel
professional, Pat.
uncomfortable.
She wasn't a
Uh,
professional model.
yeah,
Look at
I
there
don't.
you go. Look at that.
Me and Ebony, one of the other brand ambassadors.
Hmm. Who are your brand ambassadors, Pat?
Oh, that's a good question. I have a lot of brand ambassadors. With me, I like to. A lot of people ask me why I have so many. A lot of time when I deal with the brand ambassadors, it's because they do so much.
Hmm.
Most of my brand ambassadors, they do a whole lot. It's just like they're not just. I have like three groups. I have like a regular model group. I have a brand ambassador group. I have a grand ambassador group. The
Hmm.
grand ambassadors like the ones that's always all tell me they anything I do, they there
Hmm.
from the get from they've been from day one when I first moved down here. They always been a part of me. They support me. They go out, they take the pictures. They always sharing and stuff. They'll take pictures in the clothes. They'll sold clothes. And then I have my brand ambassadors. They're the newer ones that's coming on, and we started working together and doing stuff. And I
Hmm.
still be looking at other people, but a lot of times you try to be careful because I don't want to step on nobody's toes, but I know everybody work with different people, and I know a lot of designers. Some designers have like issues. Not saying all of them do, but some of them do.
Hmm.
Like, well, that's my main person. Why are you asking to, be
Hmm.
in your position? Or if I know that they're with an agency or something like that, then I kind of be on it. I don't want to mess with the agency or mess with nothing they got going
Right.
because, like, you don't want to be in the way of nobody else, or act like in the way.
Understand.
Excuse me, I apologize.
It's okay. You got some water?
Yeah,
Got to keep the water near us.
yeah.
Okay, that's Nate, isn't it?
Yeah, he one of my brand ambassadors also.
Yeah, I know. I know. I love Nate. I call him my nephew.
Nate is crazy. I had to stay on him all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty.
And
That's
that's Diamond.
mm-hmm.
She gave me. I got the humanitarian award down in North Carolina at the Couture show last year, the Couture Designer show last
And
year.
that's Tammy
Yeah, Tammy and Brooke.
Brooke. Yeah.
That's from the commercial when we did,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Nicole and Deb. They both brand ambassadors
Mm-hmm.
because they've been with me from day one.
Very nice shots.
It was beautiful.
It wasn't too hot that day. I don't, if I'm mistaken. Y'all.
It was a little hot, but wasn't too hot. We were trying to beat the rain because the rain
Mm-hmm.
was coming in.
Right.
But it
Right.
was just like, 'cause I know it was. I think we caught it right before it started the rain, but
Mm-hmm.
we had the kids there too, so we did all the kids first.
Mm-hmm. So
So we
you
get,
doing you
kids
do
get
kids
restless.
clothes too?
Yes.
Okay. So you're doing kids clothes for the boutique?
For the boutique, and I make kids clothes also, cause I did kids clothes in a few shows I did like back in North Carolina, and
Mm-hmm.
I think down here like one or two of them also.
Okay. So do you work with Renee Singleton?
We was talking about doing something together. Me and Miss Renee always talking. We always talking, laughing, everything. It's just like, so hopefully in the future we do some kind. I know she invited me a lot of times on her show, with the bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And I be a lot of times I be out of town. I haven't been out of town too much recently, so it's been kind of good to kind of sit and relax.
Okay. Okay.
But
Well,
that
I know
running
you've
out
been
of town,
prepared for the gala. I know you've been getting prepared for the honors gala.
yes,
And that's been a big thing the latter part of this summer. Y'all getting prepared for that. Are you looking forward to it?
I can't wait. And then my mom, she's coming to Atlanta. This will be her first time
Oh,
ever coming down here, so she's coming down for the gala also.
oh, wonderful.
And then it's on her birthday.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
So I'm gonna do a little something special for her there also.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But
that's nice.
it's gonna be a nice night. I can't wait to, just to have a good time, just to enjoy. Everybody have a nice day, can relax and enjoy each other. It's
Mm-hmm.
no animosity, no craziness, because we don't need none of that.
No, we're not going to have any of that. I mean, everything that you do and that you touch, that turns to gold. So, we have to say thank you, in advance for what you bring to the table because, you bring a lot of flavor, brother. You bring a lot of flavor to the table. We have to say thank you for all that you do bring to the table because I just love the fact that you're just always so humble.
Thank you.
You really are. Mama did good. I'm gonna give mom snaps. Yeah, I have to tell her that when I see her on award night, the honor night, that she did such a great job with you. You know,
Thank you.
do you have any suggestions for the Atlanta market and us doing fashion shows here? What would you suggest needs to be done?
I don't think we need to work together more instead of everybody just trying to have shows. You got everybody trying to do a show here, do a show there, and they don't want to really work with each other. But then they're just having more about fashion because you go to a fashion show, all you see more music and everything going on. You don't see a whole fashion. Like if you go to like a real New York Fashion Week show, it's all fashion,
Mm-hmm.
and then you might have a performer come out there while they walkers, like said, even like said with the Victoria's Secret show when they used to come on, you
Mm-hmm.
had like maybe when Rihanna came out of singing, but she was singing as they did the fashion. They was walking and doing it. It
Right.
wasn't just a whole segment. We getting away from the fashion shows. It's like we're going more towards a entertainment and fashion show, and you
Right.
got more entertainment than you got the fashion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you going there, people going there, they want to see a fashion show, and then they start doing stuff on time.
Oh my
Some
God.
supposed to start at 8 o'clock. They starting at 9 and 10 o'clock, and you got to start on time. And a lot of time, then like cause a lot of people like when you start on time, and then when they get there, they be mad because well, I missed the show. You was late. You can't
Mm-hmm.
get there at 9 o'clock and then be like, well, why y'all start on time? I won't hear. It's just like we so stuck. We'll be so stuck on CBT time that we're not on the regular time.
Well, and you know me, I don't do CP time. I don't do it. No, no, no. Normally I'm either the first or the second person there,
Hmm.
and I'm normally got all my bags ready to go, you know, because that's just professionalism to me, and I think that more people need to get on that page. I also think that producers need to produce better
Hmm.
shows and better quality of shows. I think we've gotten away from in the last few years that we've been on the set about the same time. So, amount of time here in Atlanta. Um, but I think the qualities of shows have really started to go down. And because everybody's producing shows, but they're not getting good quality shows.
Yeah, they're
I
all
think
about
that
the money.
right. I think it's not. um conducive to having top tier types of fashion shows. Like Atlanta wants to be known as the fashion capital of the South. How can you be known as the fashion capital of the South when you're not working together and making a true fashion week? There, there's more than 2 days in a week. You
Mm.
can't just have 10 shows on 2 days. That don't make a week. That's not a true fashion week. Um,
Yeah.
Fashion Week Atlanta, it can sometimes be a joke. I'm just gonna say it, because it's not a week long. And
Yeah, I love to see that. I have a different show every day. Just you come there because when you go to a real fashion show, you had that one designer, or so if you had like Project Runway when they had their design, they just had the two designers going against each other. You
mm-hmm,
don't have like you don't need a fashion show with like all the designs. Just have a fashion show with like one, maybe two designers. Show
exactly,
like 15 to 20 pieces. Put on a good show. Put one designer, go through, have a short intermission while you preparing the next designer, like that way they give them go to the restroom, or if you need to get something to drink, come back, show the other designer, and just go,
exactly.
instead of trying to prolong the show 3 or 4 hours. You got a designer, an artist, a comedian, an artist, designer, artist.
Mm-hmm,
That's all. Instead of having all that, just have it straight through. Because just like it was good, like with Calvin's show, good, like when he did, I think, Mama D, when she
mm-hmm,
was there, that was good because it was like a nice long show
mm-hmm.
that night. And then just like you want to do something like you said every night. Just have one or two designers each night, and just have it go. Get the venue and go in there and just sell, because you got a lot of great designers down here. Just
Yes,
like the show you was just in, Diana,
uh,
and
Donna Dyson, yeah.
yeah, and I like
Mm-hmm,
her because she invited me to the show, and I
mm-hmm.
wanted to come. I didn't have a ride to get there, but I wanted to come show, and the show was beautiful because I love the work the dude. Just like Marion, oh, I love his
Oh, I love
clothes.
his clothes.
I love his clothes. His clothes are nice. I would pay to go to see a show like said with him and Lawanda
Mm-hmm,
together. And I like to see a show like what said Vivian and
mm-hmm.
Van Miller. I would like, something like that. They're gonna entertain you. They're gonna really entertain you
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
clothes. You're gonna like what you see, and having just a nice like a nice show like that. You don't mind doing that. You don't mind going out. You're gonna get have a nice evening. You're gonna see
Mm-hmm.
great fashion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How can we be better, Fats? What can you tell me in the next minute and a half? How can we be better?
I think if we work together, if people work together more and talk more and communicate more, because you're like me and Cindy from Elite Dolls, we was talking recently, and I know we all have like events going around in the same month. So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, we get together, talk, and then that way we could kind of spread the events also, not back to back, because you don't want to, if you got events going back to back, especially if you cost to get in, you can't. A lot of people can't afford to do back to back to back events. So
Absolutely.
like if we spread them out like maybe every couple of weeks, because especially if we have something like all of us have